All right, Snappers, welcome back. Ryan here, joined as always by Lee, and mate, this week is a big one.
It's massive. We're shining a spotlight on the UK International Fans of the Year. These legends don't just watch the NFL, they live it.
From late nights, early morning, jerseys for every occasion, the dedication is unreal.
And today, we get to hear their stories, how they fell in love with the game, what keeps them hooked, and why the UK fan base is built different.
Buckle up, Snappers, because this episode is all about celebrating the fans who make the NFL in the UK what it is.
So let's get into it.
From the UK to Pittsburgh, they crossed oceans for the moment. Now they're back, they've got stories. We were watching through the night, now we're living in the light. Draft dreams turn real under neon skylights. Boards falling fast, names lighting the screen. Every pick hits different when you rep your team. From the green of the New York Jets, hear the crowd ignite. Purple runs deep with the Vikings in the night. Baltimore Ravens flying high across the sky, and the Chiefs' kingdoms roaring, never letting moments die.
All right, before we get into the deep emotional stuff, we need to talk about the NFL draft in Pittsburgh, because every single one of you lived through the madness. And let's be honest, the draft is already chaos. But add international super fans into the mix, and suddenly it's a documentary waiting to happen.
So going first there to first impressions of Pittsburgh. So when you landed in Pittsburgh, what hit you first? The skyline, the bridges, the fact that every single person seemed to own a terrible towel? Yeah.
I would say
we'll go around the screen.
I would probably say the first thing was in the airport they had a draft stage set up, and it took us like about an hour to get past it because we all needed to do our practice shots. So yeah, that for me, because I had the window seat but I didn't even look. By the time I realised we were landing, we were there. So the first thing was the new airport. So yeah, pretty sad, but yeah, airport for me, guys.
That's pretty cool, though. I like that.
Yeah.
I think for me, don't know what I thought about Pittsburgh before I went. I had this thing in my mind. I think a lot of us thought this as well when we were having a look around the place. And when you hear about Steel City, I think it's what Alex said to me actually. He said, when you hear about Steel City, you think about Sheffield or something, you think, oh my God, what a dive. It's going to be a dive, this place, we just feel it. But it really wasn't. It was very open, very accessible. People were just so friendly, you know. There was no bother. I mean, there was thousands of Steelers fans there, which was it's quite intimidating enough anyway, seeing them there. But the whole city was brilliant. I mean, you could literally walk through the baseball park as well. It was part of actually walking up to the draft route, actually, to the stadium, which, again, it just kind of give you the sights of the place and the bridges. I mean, so many bridges and everything. Very pleasant city to be in. Very surprising.
Cool.
Yeah, I would completely agree with the guys there, especially out there, because we all arrived at I think we landed in Pittsburgh at something like 8 o'clock, and it just took hours to get through the airport because we just thought, no, we've got to do this. We've arrived at the draft there. We've got to all got to take our pictures, and there were about 12, 13 international fans who had all arrived at the same time, and we were just like, no, we've all got to do this. So, yeah, and then it's just Uber and straight to the hotel. But yeah, no, it was a great first sight of Pittsburgh.
A good welcome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they arrived a couple of days before me, or at least the day before me. So on Facebook and on the group chat, all I could see was these pictures of them at this podium stood up. And I was just like, where is that? And then I came through the airport and I was like, there it is. And there was no queue when I was there. So
Nice.
Well, yeah, it was just such a clean city. It was just so well done. Everything was organised well. The people were great. It was a surprise. Like Brad said, we were expecting a bit of a dump. If I'm honest, being like a steel city, but it was so nice. It was done so well. It was a great city.
Nice.
the only thing bad I could say about it is too many Steelers.
Yeah. Well, we normally like to upset one set of fans normally, so we'll start with Steelers.
Exactly, yeah. So every episode we normally, I think we're down to about 3 teams left. that we haven't yet abused on the podcast.
Let's go through the draft experience. And so walk us through what happens day one of the draft, the crowd, the energy, the moment that picks out. Did you expect it to feel bigger, or were you just completely overwhelmed? Like, just talk us through the day itself.
I think when we first rocked up to it, when we'd gone through obviously the backstage and stuff like that to have a look around the day before and things. And I think once you see the size of the dome, I think you realise how big it is. You know how big a deal it's going to be, and the kind of parking lot it was in was all cordoned off, and there was a massive space there. And then when you see it full, like the next day, it's mind blowing how many people are there. The whole draft experience, really. I mean, when you actually get up on stage and you do your pick as well, you just see a sea of people. They're just staring back at you, and you think, "Oh my God, I do feel like a rock star right now." You feel like you've just gone on stage to sing "Sweet Child of Mine" or something, and you're gonna rock the place, and then your mind goes blank. You start thinking, "What the hell do I say?" You know, you practice a lot of stuff beforehand just to think, "Well, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that." But yeah, it is a mind blowing experience just to see the whole size of the place. I mean, there was a front area where all of the international fans were as well, which was everybody was in their divisions at the front, and we had a great view. But I think when you're in that dome and you hear all the crowd behind you, it captures all of that noise. And whenever there was a Steelers pick or anything like that, the place erupted, absolutely erupted. It was just an amazing feeling.
What did it for me was you kind of like understand that the draft's big, but until you're actually there in person, you don't realise how big it is and what an event it is, and the way the NFL do it is just done really well. It's just like, you see it on TV, you think, oh yeah, it's a big event, but when you actually witness it yourself, it's just massive.
Yeah, I think that was it. It was like, obviously, we'd done things with the NFL during the days, and like the walk from the red carpet to where we went in was like 2 miles, and we had like 10 minutes to do it. Wow. But then the minute we got into that draft theatre, the way they moved people was like a military operation. And like, some of the international fans on day one, if their pick was in attendance, got to go and press the jerseys. So
nice.
They press the jersey and then take it out onto the stage. But like, somebody was backstage and the guy's pick got traded away, and he just like started pressing the jerseys and his pick got took away. And like, you see all of that, like, we're aware of it because we're told what's going to be happening, but you don't obviously see any of that online, like when you watch it live. But then seeing it happen, where there's like a million things happening, you've got all the TV stations in your face. We had NFL Films doing bits because they were doing something for the draft next year. Yeah. And then we had ESPN, we had CBS. It was all just, they were coming over and like, now you do this, now you do that. And it was non-stop. Like, obviously we had a lot of picks in the first round, as like the Dolphins, so you just felt like they were in your face the whole night, which was cool.
That is cool. I like that. John, Jamie?
Yeah, as the guys have said, it was just, you don't grasp how big an experience it is. And it's an all-day experience from about, 8 o'clock in the morning when we left the hotel to probably about midnight when we got back at the hotel. It was non-stop for most of the day, all day, every day. We were just like, but the group of people we spent the time with, my fellow international fans, they made it all, because it was just a brilliant experience for the whole day, and just the front row inner circle and everything like that. They gave us this. It's an experience we would never get over here. It's just a mind-blowing experience when you just look back on it.
I am super jealous.
Yes.
I think it was Brad who said about the size of the stage, because we were looking at pictures for a few weeks before when they were building it, weren't we? And you're like, oh yeah, it's pretty big. And then when you get there, you're like, oh my gosh, that's massive. And you're just like, I have to stand. I have to stand there.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's a long walk from the side of the stage to the podium.
Yeah, I think, and you said, oh, it's actually really far, the walk from the side of the stage.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, I've got little legs. And when we did it the day before, in my head I was counting. I was like, I've got 15 steps, and then I turned to get straight in front of the podium. And then when I walked out, and I'm like, literally, I made eye contact with Colleen Wolfe and Cynthia Freeland. And I was like, I should be turning now. And then when I looked up, I was miles away. And it felt like it took me 10 minutes to get there. It was crazy.
As Ryan said, so jealous. We're thinking about it next year, but it's Washington, so I'm not sure in Washington.
The location, though, when they're gonna do it round like where the monument is and things like that, that could be really dead city centre.
Yeah.
And then you get to,
yeah.
you never know, there might be a player in the draft called Jenny, so you can run down the water shouting their name, like, and people like, I mean, that would blow Jamie's pick right out of the water if you could run down and call Jenny.
Yeah, I went to Washington a few days before I got to Pittsburgh, and they're doing it up already. Every single thing is under construction, so I bet it's going to look good. Yeah.
So, move on to the best moment of your weekend. So, what was like the moment, the one that's going to live rent-free in your head forever?
Well, obviously, it's the pick. We're making the pick. For me, it was. I had a text from someone within the NFL just on my phone. I didn't know who it was. They got my number, but I had a text and it was like, "Oh, do you want to meet your 5th round pick, Tiore, like the English pick we had in the 5th round?" He was like, "Yeah, bring him out." So they brought him out, and that was a great experience. I mean, there was cameras everywhere, and NFL Network, and they wanted to film like the UK fan of the year, Dolphins fan of the year, meeting the UK player, which was really cool. So for me, that was probably one of the highlights. I mean, obviously the biggest highlight is always going to be your pick because it's a part of NFL history. But yeah, that was pretty cool as well.
I think for me, it has to be Jamie's pick. That was the moment for me. That was she absolutely slayed the Steelers in their own home turf, and I turned around looking back at 300,000 people going, "Oh!"
I've thought about that a lot.
If you're going to get a pick, that's how you do it,
Really
Jamie.
I had that planned
Blew all about
for a
me
couple
to
of
it.
weeks.
Yeah, no, that was a good moment, really good moment. That.
I'm glad that it went down
Yeah,
so
I
well.
So, was that your moment then, Jamie?
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, the same really. I was nervous, and when you walk into the podium, for me, the only thing that existed was the podium. That was it. I was just like, just get there. I knew I had my cheering section down to the right, the other international fans. So whatever boos came at me from the front, like I was expecting it, but I knew that I had this lot down to the right of me. So that really helped me go out there and just say it as it is.
Yeah,
That's how it should be done.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, like, there's 2 bits, and one's part of my pick, and then the other one is I got to meet Curtis Martin, who I've had the opportunity to meet multitude of times, and I've turned it down, because he's the reason I became a Jets fan. And, you know, when people say, don't be a legend, and then
Yeah.
I'm in a room where he is. We were all in that room with lots of other people. And Warren, who came with me, was like, look, you need to go and talk to him. He knows you're here. Go and talk to him. And I got to chat with him, which was incredible because I got like 10, 15 minutes of just me and him chatting while everybody else went to go and schmooze Roger. I was like, I'm all right over here. But going out onto stage, like Jamie said, I went out first. I didn't even really get to sit down on day 3, so I walked out and I can hear the boos, the cheering, stuff like that, and I was like trying to like play into it. The only real noise I heard when I got to that podium was every one of this lot jump up and shout. The volume, like, honestly, I was blown away. I knew they would be behind, but that wasn't behind. They were in front, and like literally by the time I was talking, I was only talking to those guys. So without everybody here and the other fans from across the world, like that made that pick so much better.
I think the camaraderie
Yeah.
from the rest of the international fans, whenever anybody got on the stage, it was like just really cheer for everyone, no matter who it was. I mean, I made friends with a Raiders fan, for goodness sake. You know, she was lovely. She's so nice. And, you know, wherever I saw her in Pittsburgh, we're having a hug and stuff like that. And people looking at it thinking, the Chiefs fan and a Raiders fan giving a hug at each hug. It was, I just felt like I think those days, I think even that 3rd day was very much like, right, we feel like we're really together now. We're all sharing in something that was, you know, something we're probably never going to experience again at that level. And it was just that day 3 was a real highlight. It was probably better than every other day for me. I think the day 3 thing was everybody, we're all in it together. We're all cheering each other. We're all, no matter where we were from, we had Mexican fans there, we had Brazilians, we had Australians, and it was just like we were all united into it all. And that was the magic of it for me. It was like we're all there for the celebration of football. It's not, we're all divided by our own different teams, but I think the whole celebration of the moment and all getting to do the pick and everything, it was just out of this world.
Cool. I like that.
That was like
Just
me and Sasha, the Steelers fan, you know.
Yeah.
There was always going to be that. But it was great. I love him. Him and other Sasha, both Sashas. They were amazing. And when I came off the stage, I had to walk past them. And they both looked at me and went, "Wow, Jamie, wow." And I was like, "I'm sorry." Not sorry. But it was fun.
Yeah, as I say, getting up on stage when the moment you step out on stage, I could only see the international fans, because before that I was absolutely bricking it. I'm just about to speak in front of 100,000 people here. That's not something anyone can say. So yeah, it's just the support from all the international fans, because we'd all just bonded so well over the week. It's just we'd all become a family, and you just the support everyone gave everyone, and you just get up there, announce your pick, and just get off stage.
Yeah, I remember hugging Jorge, you know, the Rams guy.
Yeah.
He did his pick and he came out and he was just welling up. I think the whole emotion, I think there's that much adrenaline going through you. He was literally floods of tears coming out. He was so happy that he'd done this pick. I think it was like a massive thing.
I saw him as well.
And all I could do was hug him, and he wouldn't let me go. He was just this big Rams guy just like hugging me, and I'm like, all right, we're in for about 5 minutes here. Like, let me go. I've got to go back in my section. But we had a lot of that. I think the girl who was the Falcons fan, I've forgotten her name. Is it
Erica?
Erica, that's it. She was emotional, and Mum was there as well, and they were both emotional. There was a lot of emotion going through a lot of people. So it was really good on that third day.
That is so good. So the NFL as a whole, obviously looking after you, looking from the outside, everyone, it looked like you were all celebrities, basically, from what you could see on the TV when you out there. How did the NFL look after you? Did they look after you? Did they make you feel included? Were there any surreal moments? Did people stopping you for photos? Are you international fans of the year? What was it like as a whole with the NFL?
Yeah, there was a bit of that going on, actually. I was sat eating a pizza in Giovanni's, I think it was, in Pittsburgh. We were sat down, and I think it was me and Ant, wasn't it? We were sat together. And this guy comes over and goes, "You're international fan of the year?" Yes, he is as well. And he's like, "Can I get a picture?" I was like, "Of course you can." On an autograph as well. Yeah, it was amazing, really. I mean, there was actually one moment where Wayne was walking ahead of a fan, and she was going, "Is he like Father of the Year or something?" Because he had IFOTY on the back. So she thought it was Father of the Year. So yeah, there was a bit of confusion on some of it, but yeah, I mean, the whole vibe of it was, like I said, you just felt as though everybody was there for the draft. It was just a fun experience that everybody was kind of partaking, and it was brilliant, great feeling.
Yeah, one of the moments that will live with me forever was there are about 10 of the international fans getting on the train for day 3, and this little kid was sitting there with his mum, and she was trying to explain to him why all these fans, different teams, have that on their back. It was just, it was just one of those moments. We've all made it, and once they spotted the badge, people spotted the badge, they were like, "Oh, can I have a photo?" or "Can we have an interview?" or something like that. It was just, It was
one of those things that it needs putting out there, that it needs to continue, because the people that we met, I met the International Fan of the Year for the 49ers, who's a German guy, and we were chatting to one of his friends who lives in San Fran but's from Jersey, and we follow the same high school football team.
Oh, nice.
And it's like we were like chatting. There's no way that me and this guy would have ever met, and it's the same as some of the guys on the call. Like, we know each other. We'd be like, me and Brad live 20 minutes apart. Like, and
wow.
Then when the picks came out, like, hang on. So yeah, it was one of those that this thing that International Fan of the Year is, it's bigger than the award, what it does after that, and even before it. I mean, we were all chatting within 20 minutes of the announcement going out, and I'd sat on it. I found out on the 2nd of January, guys. Like, I'm sat there like for nearly 5 weeks before some others found out, and I had nobody to talk to. The minute we all got announced, it was like, let's chat. And then it built something that now is like, our chat still hasn't stopped. It still goes on 24/7, and I think it'll probably keep going as the season goes on. So for me, the International Fan of the Year needs to kind of be praised, be built on, and we need to show the NFL that the good that it's doing out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If they have any illusions of trying to get rid of this award, which we've heard is a strong rumour, we are desperately fighting to keep this thing so people can experience the same bondship and experience that we've all experienced, because we'll share this for life. I was International Fan of the Year 25, and it's something that's going to bond us throughout life.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. That's cool.
So this is a round where you get to tell our new listeners who you get to choose a team, why they should choose yours.
That's easy for me.
All going, yeah.
It's easy for me. We're undefeated. We're the only undefeated team in NFL history. Nobody else has done it. Nobody else is going to do it. And we're in the sun. So why would you want to support a cold weather team like New York or Buffalo?
The 3-game season, come on.
Miami's the place to be. You know that.
It's a good enough pitch there.
That's a good pitch, yeah.
I mean, you've got to go big city. Like, it's gritty. It's the city that never sleeps. And yeah, we've got a history. We invented the superstar sportsman. Sports Illustrated owes itself to this team. And yeah, it's difficult, guys, but you know what? It builds character. And that's what this team's full of, is a fan base of characters. Forget the other ones. Come cold weather and enjoy New York. And go in December and you get to see the Rockefeller tree.
I'm sold. All right, step aside, because the big guns are in now.
There we go.
If you want to be part of the loudest stadium in the world, Guinness Book of Records as well, and you like Taylor Swift and you're a bit of a Swiftie, and you like Travis Kelce, and you want to see your football high octane in Patrick Mahomes, and you like your barbecue, just come to Kansas City. It's a no-brainer.
Typical Kansas Chiefs fan, just name dropping.
Taylor Swift gets 3 million extra views though, so it's fine.
Exactly.
It works. It works. Yeah.
John or Jamie?
Yep.
John, you go.
Go on, Danny.
Well,
We both know what we're going to start. We both know what we're going to start. So
it's whoever
Right,
gets there
to be-
first.
you want to support the real purple team in the NFL, the only real NFL with the nicest fan base. You can ask any other NFL fan base, and Minnesota will be in their top 5 nicest fan bases. We've got Jay Jedders. What more can you ask for? He is the face of the NFL at the moment. Everyone knows it. The best wide receiver in the NFL. And have we ever had a decent wide receiver? Oh yeah, someone that a move is named after, Randy Moss. It is the greatest football team in the NFL. And if you support anyone else, you're just wrong.
I mean, you could want a quarterback on. I mean, that would be high on the list.
Or a Super Bowl trophy.
I mean, we have got 2 teams with a few losses in Super Bowls here, like, haven't we? I mean, they're both at the bottom of my screen. Like, you must add up to like more Super Bowl losses than the Steelers have got wins, and they've got a few.
To win the mount,
That's kind of deep. That's kind of deep.
We're 100%
Brian's
in
like, we're
Super
not here
Bowls.
to
Just
talk about me.
No, you don't. We've had as many Super Bowl wins as Jets will get wins all season next year, so that's probably how it'll go.
Oh, that taking strays. Nah, we'll be all right next year. I mean, we'll see what Josh Allen does with baby brain.
And second pitch.
Yeah, all I'm going to say is we're building an elite team with a new coach and new players. We got 2-time MVP, should be 3 times, let's face it, as our quarterback. And if you start to like him now, you can say that you liked him before they win the Super Bowl this year, so that you liked them before, because that's going to happen. So join now, the better purple team.
And their International Fan of the Year slid with 300,000 people.
True.
You want to go? T-shirts coming soon.
Yeah. Some compelling arguments there.
So we want each one of you to give a hot take as a whole. So the Cowboys are the greatest team in the NFL. The Bills are going to win a Super Bowl. What is your one hot take currently in the NFL? So Wayne,
NFC South shouldn't exist. That kind of thing.
yeah.
My hot take is the Buffalo Bills are not going to win the Super Bowl again.
That was a dead cert, wasn't it?
Yeah. Haven't you got to win it once to win it again?
I don't know.
I've got
See, I was
one.
going to say
I've
something
got one.
against the Bills as well, but I can't now. It's going to look like bullying. Josh,
I'm going to say that it is the Chiefs' last dance season this year. This is the last dance. We're bringing everybody back. Tyreek Hill's going to come back as well. I just feel it. We've got Eric Bieniemy back. We've got Mahomes coming back off a bit of a bad injury, but we've also got Travis Kelce sticking on for another year or maybe 3. It's the last dance year. This is the chance that they're going to make a movie about this. It's the bounce back from a crap season that we had, and all the naysayers with the dad's army approach of the players that we're going to have for this year. I feel like this is it feels like a Super Bowl year already for the Chiefs.
So my hot take is a little bit controversial, that both teams that made the AFC Championship last year missed the playoffs this year. I think both teams massively overachieved last year, and now they're just deluded because they needed good draft picks and they didn't get them. So, yeah, both teams missed the playoffs this year, which is good for Rye because that means that you'll probably make them.
Yeah.
But my hot take is Sean Payton is the worst person in the NFL and he shouldn't be in the NFL. I despise that man with a burning passion.
Yeah.
I was going to say Josh Allen's overrated.
Oh, Jamie.
That's my second take.
Literally Father Time's caught up with him.
So this section is what it means to be an international fan. I'm throwing this out to the group. So what's the hardest part about following the NFL from abroad?
I think, I'll be honest, the hardest thing about becoming a fan is you're on your own. It's very hard to, not a lot of people fall into a community or find a group of friends that are into it. But then once you kind of get into it, you feel like an ambassador for the game, especially when you've been given the privilege of what we have of being announced as International Fans of the Year. We get to then help the NFL and our franchises grow. So the hardest thing is getting in to the point where you feel comfortable enough to share what you feel with other people. A little tear there and everything, guys.
Yeah, I'm not emotional. I think for me, I think it's along those lines, but I think you've got to throw yourself into it. Like, you've got to dedicate your time of watching the games in early hours of the morning at 1:30 in the morning, especially if you like the Chiefs and you're always on prime time. You're always up at 1:30 in the morning, so it's if you want to watch the live games, you've literally got to throw yourself into it and really kind of build that passion up. You don't get it straight away. I must admit, you don't get that passion straight away of that team, but you always have something that resonates with the team that you then can't let go of it. It's, I think, like I said, the dedication side of things is go and see the games if you can. If they're in London, go and see a game. Get involved with the fans there. If you do have that luxury of getting over to America to go and watch the team in their home stadium, do it. It's all about experiences, and you've got to do that with this fandom. I'm saying you have to do it. You can obviously watch the games often as you want at home and things like that. But I think if you do dedicate your time to it, then 1:30 games is definitely a place to start.
You haven't not slept until you've watched your team lose at 4 o'clock in the morning.
That is true, yeah.
It's horrible.
And then you've got to go to bed.
We
a
don't
couple
get
of hours
games that
later.
late, so we don't lose that late.
Yeah,
poor
it's not
Ant
the
looked
best.
to have been better at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, but you've watched your team lose enough, Ant.
I've seen us lose live on every night of the week that NFL plays. So yeah, I'm all good on that.
For me, it would be, as Brad said originally, you feel so alone when you start this choosing your team. But once you find that community, I mean, I helped build the community of Vikings fans over here, and the amount of fans when at international games that would just come up to me and just like, thank you so much because you've built this community, and I don't feel so alone when I'm watching a game at 1 o'clock in the morning. I've got people to talk to, I've got friends down the road. I just don't feel so alone. It's the greatest community out there, and just throw yourself into it as much as you can. And this badge is a lot of responsibility, and I feel honoured to wear it, and I will take that honour forever.
Yeah, we spent time with the Vikings fans, didn't we, Ryan, at the last international games?
Yeah, for the London
Went down
games.
to the Vikings pub. We weren't well received in our Bills and Bears gear, but
But yeah, for me, it was basically the very first event I ever did myself. I knew 5 Dolphins fans, and that was it. And then I put an event on, and we had like 1,000 Dolphins fans just through the power of social media. Turn up, charity event, and I think that's just where it grew from. That's where it starts. I mean, you've got to start small and build your own, not fan base, but your own connections. And we all didn't know anybody when we first started, and we're here now, and we know a lot of people now.
Yeah,
I think the guys have said it all, to be honest.
Since the draft, I think my following on Facebook went up 900%.
wow, that's pretty good.
Which it came through on a report, and I was like, what has happened? Yeah.
that's
Over the moon.
Nice one.
Before the draft, I never used Instagram at all, and now the last week or 10 days now since the draft, I've had 400,000 views on my Instagram account. It's like, I don't even use it normally. It's crazy.
That was the funniest thing, watching you and Martin learning Instagram on the fly.
Yeah, we don't use it. We're all, I'm 53. I don't use it. It's too hip for me.
I was like peddling his apps.
Oh, bless Pedal, yeah.
Best part about being an international fan, then, from your point of views?
These guys.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it just, before we went out there, we'd built such good relationships with each other through our chat. It was just seeing each other. It was like seeing old friends, but we'd never met before. I mean, what really showed me early on was the Dolphins guys had a room could go into the lounge before we blow out, but they decided they weren't going to do that because they were actually enjoying themselves so much with us in the spoons and at Heathrow.
That was a waste of money. That was.
You guys were just enjoying yourselves that much with us there. You were like, no, stop that. It's not going to be better in there than it is out here because we had the Germans with us. It was just so good. The NFL goes across all languages, and it was just people from all around the world just enjoying the sport.
Yeah, I think it was understanding everybody's individual stories as well about the fandom as well, which that was a good moment. It was a good talking point. It was a good icebreaker whenever we met anybody new. Just asking about how the hell you're a Steelers fan and you're German. A lot of that was the conversations that we had, and we really, like you said, over those 4 days or whatever, we really built up a really good camaraderie together, and it was it just felt special. It felt like we were sharing in something special, and obviously the patches are a good indicator that even if you didn't speak the language. We had some Mexican fans who didn't speak English, but if they saw the badge, they'd come over and congratulate it, and that was a special moment. That was really, something that broke down a lot of the barriers that you potentially had. Yeah, it was great meeting these guys, and I hope we meet up again. I think we're all planning on meeting up again at some point, aren't we? Either at an international game in London or something, or I might gate crash the Dolphins party or something in Nottingham. I might do
you're
that.
more welcome.
Not get turned away at the door, But yeah,
I might get turned away.
Oh yeah, you will.
Yeah, so I might
But yeah, it's been brilliant.
It's been good, and all our guests we've had on mind, that everyone's got their own story. We haven't had 2 guests at all yet had their own journey into the NFL, and it's in how they chose their teams. It's everyone's going to find their own way.
I think that's the beauty of it.
That's the beauty of the over here, because everyone's just got such a unique story, and you never can hear the same story twice. Any international fan you talk to has just got such a unique story, and that's what I love to do whenever I meet fans. I'm just like, how and why did you become a fan?
And then now you do that with Chiefs fans. I saw Taylor Swift at a game.
I saw a guy earlier in a Chiefs shirt. I was like, did you get that from Primark?
That's it from us this week, so make sure you follow, subscribe, all the usual podcast bits.
Yep, and you can find us on X at MindTheStatPod, on TikTok at MindTheStatPodcast, on Instagram, again, MindTheStatPodcast. We appreciate every single download, message, share, and listen. Yep, enjoy the game, enjoy the moments, mind the stat.